What we're going to do is go through what about you? So tell me about your experience that have led you to this position. Tell me about why you want to work here. Tell me about, walk me through your resume. Those are the types of questions that sound like, tell me about yourself. One that I recently got asked was, walk me through the last 5 years of your experience. So those are the ones that you kind of want to always have something prepped for, but it should be prepped around what the role is. So since this is more of like an account advocacy or a relationship management type role, when you're giving your examples or explaining who you want it to be tailored to that position. So a quick example would be, okay, so relationship management. At Verizon, I worked in the account management space. And in that role, I really had to drive a long term relationship with our customers. And what that looked like was really building strong foundations and driving um, the partnership. So that way, my sales group could come in and sell to that customer. And I worked with XYZ customer and I grew them by 10% annually, whatever that looks like. So you really want to tailor the role to the role that you're going for. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay, perfect. So let's start with that. So tell me about yourself. What brought you to this position?
So, September, that's a really great question. And I'm more than happy to give you a little bit of background about myself and why I'm the best candidate for this particular role. So, when I think about my history with my previous employer, uh, the best role that really has helped shape me throughout my entire career is that I was able to take my customer service relationship piece with my customers and really deep dive into how I could best assist each individual customer as I spoke with them over the phone. And when I was in that role, uh, I would sit down, and if it was an escalated situation, I would try to find out where the escalation was coming from, what the issue was that was really driving that escalation. Once I had a better understanding of the issue, I could then work specifically with the customer on that specific issue and really build their trust with me by asking questions to get to know the issue and then telling them what I was going to do specifically to resolve the issue, whether it was a billing issue or it was an equipment issue or whatnot. And so in that role, I really fine tuned those relationships. And then at the end of the day, I was able to take the information that I gathered throughout our conversation and bring that back full circle by providing them the next solution that could potentially assist with their future needs. And so, because I built that trust with the customers, each one individually, and got to know who they were and what they needed, I was then able to make the sale with the customer because I built that trust.
Okay. So is this your HUM specific position?
No, this would have been way back when I was on the phones, taking my calls. And then, as I progressed into future roles, I was still able to build upon that foundation really to continue into the most recent role of making sure that we had the correct features for the customer on their plans.
Okay. So let me walk you back through how I would want to hear your tell me about yourself. So, a little bit of background, I worked at Verizon for X period of time. During that time, I was able to wear many hats from frontline all the way up through my current role of account optimization. What I really learned in my roles at Verizon was we really had to understand what the customer was doing and how we could help them especially in escalated situations. We wanted to make sure the customer was cared for, that they felt valued, so that way we could drive value within that account. So, um, as you can see on my resume, I was a frontline representative, but in that role, I really looked at, okay, how can we come together as customers and business, and how do we solve things real time to drive that? So my customer experience scores were always within this percentage, whatever that sounds like. So my NPS was this, or my account growth was this, or the amount of submissions that I had to the sales team was this. So you want to add some type of measurement in there if you have one. Then, after I was off the phones, I moved into a leadership role where I got to take what I learned in that original role and really amplify it. I got to teach others how to do what I was doing. And by doing that, we actually had on that particular team our insurance sales for our accounts moved to this percentage over anyone else, or we were top in adding onto a customer's account by this amount. Then I want to take that a step further, right? So then I moved into our vendor management role, and no longer was I doing it for a small team. I was now impacting 300 to 500 employees at any given time. So I really layered on that ability to drive value, build experience, and amplify how that customer did business with us. And lastly, my current role at Verizon is I work in a account optimization role. And that's really looking at, does the customer have what they need? Is it beneficial to them? And if so, how can we increase the amount of things that they're purchasing from us? By doing those things, I've been able to understand how to resolve customers' issues real time, how to partner with sales and make sure that they know what leads are on each account. And I've been able to build strong relationships with our customers long term.